Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena Lipson. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Self-Care Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Meditations and Musings podcast. I am so excited to be back. I've been traveling for a little bit and we took a 1-week break off of the podcast, and I'm so excited to be back. For those of you who are just joining us and getting to know me, my name is Elena Lipson. I'm the Divine Self-Care Mentor. And as I mentioned, I am all about feminine principles, feminine metrics of success. And I'm here to help you tap into the cycles and rhythms of your life, how you want to show up, and really tap into what's most important to you. Now, today's guided meditation is called 7 Steps to Plant Your Seed of Intention. Before we dive in, and if you are not in a place where you can do a guided meditation, I definitely invite you to just find a place where you can be uninterrupted for the next little bit. Before we dive in, I wanted to share with you the sponsor of our podcast. It is the 66 Sacred Rituals Audio Journey Program. This is a daily audio journey to add meaning and magic to your life through daily practice and rituals. Now, as a listener of this podcast, you get a special $10 off coupon by simply entering the podcast as the coupon code when you head on over to elenalipson.com/66. That's the number 66 days. elenalipson.com/66 days, where you can actually experience one of my favorite rituals. You can get some more information. And again, if this is a time where you are looking for more meaning and magic in your life, rituals are a beautiful, powerful way to do just that. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to invite you to find a place where you can, again, be uninterrupted. And you can, if you are driving, you can go ahead and listen the first time and then come back to this point in the recording and listen again when you can close your eyes. You have a rich inner world of imagination that sometimes you might forget to access. And so I want to invite you to do this on a regular basis by sharing some of my favorite original guided meditations. So if you are in a place where you can go ahead and close your eyes, do that now. And if you are not closing your eyes, just follow along. Your subconscious, your imagination will go ahead and do what it knows really well how to do. So go ahead and close your eyes and simply begin to focus on your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can do that 2 more times in your own natural rhythm, but a little bit deeper than the normal breath. So in through your nose, expanding your lungs and filling your belly, and out through your mouth. Go ahead and do that 1 more time. A nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Finding a normal rhythm of breath, perhaps a little bit deeper than your normal breathing. And I invite you to bring your attention and your focus to your toes. Sometimes the simple act of bringing your awareness and attention to a part of your body invites an aliveness. So go ahead and focus on your toes. Maybe wiggle them around a little bit and then relax. Now I invite you to focus on your feet and your ankles, perhaps moving them a bit, and bringing a sense of relaxation, perhaps warmth into your feet and your ankles. Next, bring your attention and awareness to your calves. Tense them and then relax. Deep relaxation can be very simple. Just by focusing your awareness, let's move to your thighs. On an in-breath, perhaps tense them and just become aware if you're holding any tension. And on the out-breath, just relax your muscles. Continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Go ahead and bring your attention to your pelvis, your muscles that you're sitting on, all of the little intricate muscles of your butt. Allow them to tense up. And on the next out breath, just relax everything. On your next in breath, bring awareness and attention to your belly, your lower belly, and your lower back. Perhaps wiggle around a little bit. And on your next out breath, simply relax. Any tension, any gripping, any holding. Invite a sense of relaxation. On your next in breath, bring your awareness and attention to your solar plexus and your mid-back, even your side body of your ribs. Just notice if there's any tension, any holding you might have been doing. Sometimes a day full of shallow breaths leaves your entire midsection pretty tight. Just loosen everything up. Just notice. There's no judgment here. You're just noticing and bringing awareness. On your next out breath, just release any tension. Your next in breath, invite awareness into your chest muscles, your upper back, even your armpits. Sometimes we forget about the muscles underneath our arms. Just invite a softening, a relaxing, simply by noticing any tension that you might be holding. And on your next out breath, simply invite a softening, a releasing, a letting go. On your next in breath, bring attention and awareness to your arms and fingers and hands all together, perhaps wiggling, noticing any gripping that you might have, any tension that you're holding, and just allow your hands to fully melt into their position. There's nothing to do, nothing to figure out, nothing to analyze. And with your next out breath, just allow your arms, your forearms, your hands, and your fingers just to melt like butter. Bringing your awareness and attention next to your shoulders, your neck, all those muscles in there. This is where you, like so many of us, hold the tension, the responsibility of the world on your shoulders. Just invite a sense of noticing, maybe that part of your upper back in the middle between your shoulder blades that sometimes can be so hard and tense without you even realizing until you tap in and tune in. With a nice deep breath in, maybe take a nice deep sigh and release it. All that tension, all that responsibility, all that control. It's time to let that go. And now finally, I invite you to notice any tension you're holding in your scalp, your ears, and your face. If you were looking in the mirror right now, would you notice any tension between your eyes? Would there be a smile on your face, or are you just kind of holding all those muscles so tight, wondering what you need to do next? Your to-do list, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. Take a nice deep breath and just allow it to soften. Sometimes finding the capacity for a little smile, even a little smile, just for no good reason, just the fact that you're hearing my voice, the fact that you are gifting yourself with an opportunity to meditate, to give yourself some love and care and attention, just a little smile. Amazing how many muscles automatically just release when you smile. What it's there for. And now, let's do one nice deep breath in. Just notice any leftover tension, holding, gripping anywhere in your body that might have returned while you were focusing on another part of your body, and just do one final big sigh of release. This isn't something you're good at or bad at, it just is. So even if you're still feeling tension in your body, just invite a little softness. Invite your to-do list just to be pushed aside for a little bit, allowing yourself this next little bit of time to just focus on your intention and to do some work for yourself, something that your heart, your soul, your mind will thank you for. So in your mind's eye, what is one thing, one dream, one vision that you've been really wanting? It could be as simple as redecorating your bedroom. It could be that book that's been living in your heart. It could be a relationship that you've been wanting to fix or connect with more intimacy. Just that one thing, dream, or vision that you've been holding in your heart. Once you get clear on that, and you might not know exactly what it is, but you're getting a sense of it, and if you are really honest with yourself, you might realize that you know exactly what that thing, dream, or vision is that your heart has been craving. So let's put that aside just for a moment. Just push it off to the side. And step 2 is to, in your mind's eye, hold out your hands. Cup your hands and hold them out in front of you in your imagination, in your inner world. Hold out your hands, and in your hand you are surprised to find a seed. There is a seed in your hand. What color is it? How big is the seed? Just look at it. Take a moment and really look at it. And this is a special kind of seed because on the inside there is the cell of the seed, the nucleus of the seed is actually empty. And it's waiting to be filled by you. And so right now I want you to go back to that step 1, that thing, that dream, that vision that you really want. And I want you to imagine it being infused into a little ball of light, a tiny little ball of light, the size of the nucleus of the seed. And infuse your words, your wishes into this nucleus of light. Whatever images, whatever fragments of images or words are coming to you, that's okay if you don't have the whole thing, because a seed is just a part of something that's going to be so much bigger, and really all you need to know is just a little bit about it. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know every little step that's going to happen between here and there. When you fully infuse that light, go ahead and now in your mind's eye, imagine that light descending down into that seed in your hand and filling that middle space, that nucleus, so that the seed is now fully infused with your one thing, dream, or vision. And when you're complete, you'll know it. because the movement will just stop. You'll just notice and know that the seed is now filled with your one thing vision or dream. And now, in this next step, I want you to envision yourself standing in this beautiful garden, Whether it's your garden, perhaps it's a community garden, it's a garden near you. You might not have even known it was there, but it's the garden of your life. It's this universal garden you find yourself. You look down and you're wearing your shoes because it's not quite spring and summer yet. This is just the early stages of the garden where the soil is still a little bit hard. There's nothing growing quite yet because it's not harvest season yet. This is just the early planting season where the soil is still a little bit hard, but maybe it's ready for some of these beautiful seeds to be planted. Even though it's lying dormant right now, it's going to begin to do the work of the roots being invited way deep down into the earth, even though the earth is not fully warmed up yet with the sun of spring and summer. Imagine your garden. Look around. Notice, are there many other seeds there? Is there anyone else there? Is it just your garden? Just look at it. What's around it? Are there other trees? Do you see the ocean in the distance? Do you know this garden well? When you're ready, go ahead and bend down and notice that there is a beautifully shoveled out little hole, just the perfect size and depth for your seed. Go ahead and plant your seed in the soil of this universal garden. There you go. And now take a moment in this next step to go ahead and replace some of the dirt that's been misplaced or displaced by the hole. And as you look over to the right by your foot, you'll notice that there is a little watering can with fertilizer in it, special fertilizer of inspired ideas, of inspired action, already infused into this water. Go ahead and pick up the watering can and just water all around the place where you've planted your seed in this beautiful universal soil. And as you're watering it, just add a little bit of energy from your heart. Imagine there's a beam of light coming from your heart, the heart of your intention, flowing with its light and energy down into this soil so that this is imprinted with your highest good, with your highest path. So that even as the seed continues to grow, and sometimes there will be storms and rain and disruption in the harvest season, you know that it is infused with your highest good, and you can be patient. And you can trust how everything unfolds. And sometimes you don't need to know what the next 10 steps are. All you need to know is the very next one. And now just look at it. Go ahead and stand back up and notice how it feels in your body to have taken a moment, taken time to acknowledge your one thing, dream, or vision that you truly want. Taken time to imagine it, to infuse it into a seed, to plant that seed in the soil of the universe and water it with your love and the trust of divine unfolding. Perhaps taking a moment to smile and to know that things are already planted for your best and highest good in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. And that sometimes the bravest and most courageous thing that you can do is actually acknowledge your desires and plant those seeds in the soil. And now this next step is something that most people forget to do, but you're not going to. I want you to take a moment to ask yourself and ask this universal soil, what are the next very simple, specific 2 to 3 things or steps I can do to support the growth of this seed? Do I need to get organized? Do I need to declutter? Do I need to release anything? Do I need to hire support? Do I need to begin? Oh my goodness, what a simple, powerful, inspired action. Do I need to press play? Do I need to open that document and start writing? What do I need to do? Do I need to make a phone call? Do I need to forgive? Do I need to be forgiven? What is that next 1, 2 simple steps that I can take action on today, right now? I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to come back to your body, to your heart. And I want you to really grab this opportunity to write down exactly what you're going to do next. 2 to 3 things, very simple baby steps to support the harvesting of this seed. And the final step 7 is to do it. Either claim time on your calendar or go ahead and do at least one of those things. If you can break the task down into one task, it's a task. If there's multiple steps, it's a project. So if you find yourself with a multi-step, then go ahead and break that down into one little step. When I coach my clients, it's all about tiny, doable, actionable steps, because in those inspired baby steps, you find that the next step and the next door and the next bridge that seems to just arrive out of nowhere doesn't happen until you take that step. And sometimes it's not even something you could have ever known or planned for. That's the beauty of inspired action. And that is the planting of your seed of intention into the soil of the universe. I invite you to do this guided meditation as many times as you need to or want to, with multiple dreams. And now that you've got the tool, you can do this any time. But don't forget, the most important step is to get clarity, to plant that seed, infuse it with your intention of your heart. And then don't forget that last step is to take inspired action. That, my friend, is where the magic truly ignites. I wish you true magic and miracles on your path, guided by inspired daily baby steps, because that is how we begin to shift our lives and the lives of those around us. And isn't that what we're here for? To inspire others by our own divine right action. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this guided meditation. If you did enjoy it, it would be so wonderful if you would share it with your community, with your friends and family, because the more people taking inspired action from their deepest heart-based intentions, the more we can bring beauty and light and magic and the highest good for us all, and begin to create a world that we want to see, not just talk about it, not just wish it, but actually create it. This is Elena Lipson, your divine self-care mentor, teaching feminine principles so that you can tap into your own cycles, your own rhythms, and your own daily practices. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you again for our next episode of Meditations and Musings. Take care. Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new divine self-care way of being in your life, business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.